Good morning, everybody. This is Archana here from Read, Write, Inspire. Today, I want to talk to you about creating a writing schedule for 2019. I know that quality of writing is much more important than the quantity of writing that you do. But I also wonder, why is it that most successful authors are prolific? In fact, I read an article which says that any author who has published more than 20 books does become successful. He is bound to become successful. Think about it. Maybe that's true. Most prolific authors publish about 3 to 4 books every year. Barbara Cartland, Daniel Steele, Stephen King, Isaac Asimov, all of them are prolific authors. Prolific authors have a writing schedule and they stick to it. They have healthy writing habits that take them on this path of prolificity and success. Before I introduce you to my method of creating a writing schedule, let me introduce you to Read, Write, Inspire. Read, Write, Inspire is a writer's studio filled with resources that helps you write better, read deeper, and create a strong author platform. If this is something that interests you, then please click subscribe and subscribe to this channel. Tap that bell button so that you are notified every time I post a new video. What is a writing schedule? A writing schedule is a method of understanding how many writing projects you can handle in a year and trying to create a writing schedule which you can realistically follow. Let me show you how I created my writing schedule for 2019. The templates that I show in this video are available in the links which I mentioned below. In case you are interested, you can check them out.
Hello everybody, this is Archana here, and today I'm going to work on my writing schedule planner 2019. If you have these sheets, then you can also print them out and work along with me. If not, I'll leave a link in the description box below and give you information on how you can get your hands on these. Let me show some of my supplies. That's my scale from Muji, my scissors from KKK, and I also have these stickers. These are the Happy Planner stickers, and these are some KKK stickers. I love to have these things along with me when I work on planning because I do like to beautify my planner. Here are some pens. These are the Staedtler ones, and these are the Micron pens. I use 04 and 05. I also have some pencils here with me. This is the new Dom's pencil with these holes for the grip. See, my sons, they've colored that too. Okay, so now let's get on to working on the writing schedule planner for 2019. This comes with 2 sheets. So the one is the writing schedule planner, the other one is the project planner. You will need to first work on the project planner. What exactly you need to do? So you first decide what are the projects you want to work on this year. What are the novels that you want to write? What are the children's books that you want to write? Or what are the non-fiction books you want to write? Whatever the projects you want to do for that particular year, for this particular year, you would just make a note of it here. I am not writing the name in detail because all of mine are working titles. But I'm just mentioning that the first one is a thriller, the next two where I mentioned CB are children's books. So, and also I want to work on a flash fiction anthology this year, which I've already been in my head now for so long, and I think I need to get it into words. So, and also I will be working on a script. Now, when it comes to the script, I've written it in the end, but then I might need to reshuffle it later on, which is fine. This is only a idea to tell you how much you can take on this year so that you don't plan too much. Now next, I'm writing down the word counts for each of my projects. it differs between each project. A children's book is much smaller than a thriller. In fact, it's not even half of that the size of a thriller. And when it comes to the script, I don't want to write a word count. Instead, I'm going to write that how many pages the script is going to be. So, for instance, in this particular one, since it's a part of a web series, I'm assuming it would take about 300 pages for me to get the script done. Now, you may not have these many projects. You may have only a single project, or you might have 12 projects. It depends on you. Now, for me, I assume that I would be able to work about 2 to 3 hours a day, and based on that, this is what I think. Okay, the next thing is, if you can see over there, I have plotting, characterization, first draft, and all these things. So the word count that you've written here is only the first draft, but just writing the first draft doesn't make a whole project complete. You have to work on plotting, on characterization, on the first draft, on rewriting, self-editing, beta reading, creating a book proposal, pitching, editing, proofreading, and all that. So now what I'm starting to do in this is that I'm making a note of the number of days that it's going to take me for each of these activities. So for instance, here, my thriller is already nearly complete. So I only am in the rewriting stage. So I've only concentrated on rewriting and self-editing. Book proposal, already I'm in talks. So I'm just going to give myself a day for book proposal and a day for pitching. That's it. But in my children's book, there's a lot of research. So I need 20 days for research. While my first draft might only, I think I can do it in 10 days. And rewriting another 10 days, self-editing, I'm giving myself 5 days, totally 45 days. So this is the same process that I'm continuing for each of the projects. You can just have a look at it. Finally, I've completed my project planner 2019, and I have an idea on how many days it's going to take me to tackle all these projects. Now I need to schedule these days into my writing schedule planner. Now the challenge is I may not be exactly able to do everything, so it's fine. I may be able to do more. Then I can probably think of taking up another project too. So it's fine. We will have to realize and understand how that happens only later. So now I'm just making a note of all the projects again in my writing schedule planner for 2019. Okay. So now when it comes to the writing schedule, the first thing you need to do is block those days when you cannot write. The problem is that all of us assume that we will write every day of our life, which we might be able to. Maybe you have time to write on all days. Now, but there are days here, like what I've mentioned over here. There are days which are calendar holidays, school holidays, your family's sick days, your own sick days, some unexpected circumstances, guests coming home. And in these situations, you do need to take an off from writing. So for me now, writing means working at least 2 to 3 hours in a day on my project. So maybe in the days that a guest comes home, I might be able to do half an hour. But I'm trying not to count it into this. Now I'm started to block out those days when I know I will not be able to get anything writing done. Now first, second, 3rd of Jan, I know I'm traveling. Next, I'm now blocking out all those days when there is a birthday at home, or when it's expected that we might be going out for lunch or dinner. We might be celebrating those particular days. So whichever days I know that we're not going to be there, or I'm not going to be having the mind space to work, I'm blocking out those days. So in fact, if you see, in June, I've blocked out the entire month of June, because I'm planning to take up a trip in June, which might probably extend to 2 or 3 weeks. And I would need a week to prepare for the trip, and I would need maybe, a few days to unpack and everything. So I know that I'm not going to be able to work in June. So rather than beating myself about it, I just taken an off. And similar in October, I know that kids have their Diwali holidays, so I might need a big break over there. Now, next thing, what I'm going to do is, so if you see over here, I want to take out 2 Sundays every month as my weekly off. All jobs get a weekly off, so why not we get weekly offs too? I don't think it's fair. So I'm blocking out 2 days in every month, 2 Sundays as my off days when I'm not going to be writing anything. I just want to take a break. um yeah, and I think you need to be more realistic about this. Maybe for you, if you're working weekends might be the time when you actually get writing done, and you might need to block out your weekdays because you can't get some writing done. I'm getting some sun over here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change my seating and try to get myself into some other place. Yeah, I'm back. So now, the next thing that I'm going to do now is, if you see in the writing schedule planner, it mentions for you to take out 10 days for unexpected circumstances and 10 days for emergencies or family functions and other things. So this is actually totally 20 days in a year. What I'll do is I'm going to take that 20 days and just spread it over these 11 months. I'm not counting June, so there's 11 months, and block it off. So I'd be first, instead of wondering which day to block, I'm just going to block the last day of all the months, and then there is another 9 more days remaining. So I will continue blocking out one more day in a few of the months, so that the entire 20 days is blocked out in the calendar. These are the buffer days which I have. It doesn't mean that I will not be working on that day. Maybe there is no emergency, or there is nothing, there's no travel or anything involved, then I might end up working on those days, which is good. That's how it should be. But it's like a buffer, so that I don't beat myself up if I'm not able to write. Now, once I've done this, you know what I want to do next is, I've scheduled my weekly breaks, I've scheduled my yearly break. Next, I want to talk about my sick day breaks. So, what happens is, people do fall sick at home, and being a women writer working from home, you are expected to care for them and look after them, because obviously the others are out working and they may not be at home to take care of the little ones. So family 6 days, I want to keep a buffer of 10 days, and for my own personal sick days, I want to keep a buffer of 5 days. Again, 15 days, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to be just blocking out 11 days out the 11 months, and then another 4 days in just randomly any other months. So this way I have blocked out days for the calendar holidays, birthdays, school holidays, family sick days, and weekly breaks, sick days, yearly breaks. So all these things have already been blocked out. Now, apart from all this, the another problem are these off days. Some days I just don't feel like writing. I generally try to not give in to that feeling, because it can actually become, a habit, and you always want to take an off and don't write. But then there are some days which I'm really bugged up. Maybe something has gone wrong. Maybe I fought with somebody, or something has upset me and I want to not write. So I'm giving myself 6 days in 2019 as my off days. Yeah, I just don't want to write days. So I'm just blocking out again 6 days in the calendar randomly. Okay. Now, among the list on the top, you can see there's one more thing called between projects. I'm going to come to it later, but what I usually do is, once I complete a project, I need a few days off before I start the next project. I'm not a machine, I just can't like begin a project and then go on and break the next project. So I usually try and give myself a few days between projects. I'll be coming to that later. Now, if you can see, I'm blocking out a huge bunch of days. These are the days when I'm expecting guests at home. So my parents are visiting in January, and my in-laws are visiting in March, and when they come here, it's a fantastic time. It only happens once a year, and I enjoy spending time with them. I don't want to tie myself to writing at that time. If I do find some time and I do end up writing, that's okay. I'm happy to do that. But if it doesn't happen, I'm okay. So basically, the intention of this whole exercise is to make sure that I'm more mindful of my work, and at the same time, I don't judge myself too harshly. So I don't mind giving myself much more buffer than what I would need. It's fine, it's good. So yeah, so I blocked out that. Now, right. So now I've done, I guess, all the necessary blocking out for this particular year. Now next comes my writing engagements. So this is something which I'm not very sure. I would not know really much about this beforehand, but for now I know that I have some 2 3 speaking engagements. I'm sorry, not writing engagements, speaking engagements in the month of January. I've blocked those out. But again, these are things which might come up later. I don't want to block out days for that because I am consciously trying to make an effort to reduce the number of speaking engagements that I receive this year. Let's see how it goes anyway. Now, I am going to start counting out the days now. So, the first project, which was my thriller, requires me another 14 days to before I complete it. So, I'm starting it on 4th because that's the first free day for writing, and I'm counting out 14 days. So, once I get 14 days, I'm writing out the day in which it would end. So this is my deadline. By this day, I need to finish it. Here, by 3rd February, my first project must be done. And then, I want to take 2 days gap. So I'm blocking out 4th and 5th of February, and then I'm starting on 6th, the next project. The next project actually involves 45 days. So that's going to be taking quite a lot of time. So I'm going to start counting now. So this one gets over on the 9th of April 2019. Again, I'm blocking out 2 days after 9th, that is the 10th and 11th of April. And I'm going to begin the next project on the 12th of April. Yes, 12th of April 2019. And that's again another 45 days. I've skipped out the entire month of June because, like I told you, I may not be writing anything then. And my project gets over on the 14th of July 2019. Once again, I give myself 15th and 16th as off days. And the next one, which is also another children's book, begins on the 17th of July 2019. And from the 17th, once again, this project involves another 45 days. So I'm going to begin counting. Oops, I made some mistake in counting, I guess. Got to do it again. So 12th September 2019, I'm finishing this project. On 13th and 14th of September 2019 are going to be my off days. And on 15th September 2019, I'm starting the next project. Now, the next project is an anthology of small stories. So I'm going to need only 25 days for that. Now, I'm going to do the same thing for the next 2 projects. If you can see, I have not going to be giving any gap after my 15th October 2019 project because already there are some 15 days gap over there. That's when the holidays begin. So I don't need any more gap. I'm starting directly on the 1st of November 2019 and proceeding with it. So this one gets over on the 3rd of December 2019. And after I've given myself 2 days of gap, I have another 90 days. So this is December, and I'm going to be starting a huge, big project which would take 90 days. So though I begin the project on after blocking out 4th and 5th, I'm going to be starting the project on 6th of December 2019. But I'm not going to write the ending date because I know it's going to stretch on to Jan Feb and maybe more. So this is how I work out my writing schedule planner for 2019. If you want a copy of these sheets to help plan your own writing schedule, then please look at the description box below. I'll give you I'll put up the links below on how you can get your hands on these particular templates, along with some few other templates that I have for writers specifically. I do like to beautify my sheets, because this particular sheet especially, I'm going to be maintaining it for this entire year, and it's going to go into my KKK planner. So what I'm going to do is I have this washi tape collection from Paper Chase. I'm just going to be taking out some washi tape and decorating my writing schedule planner. Meanwhile, I have some or more templates specifically for writers. So in case this is something that interests you, then I will leave a link below to my course, which is called as Planning for Writers. This course comes with all these templates, and also with an explanatory videos, also with a set of explanatory videos which tell you how you can use them. I love these happy planner stickers, so I'm just going to put up a few of these stickers too on this. Make today awesome. That's inspiring. I'm going to repeat this in the Project Planner 2019 too. With this, my Project Planner 2019 and my Writing Schedule Planner 2019 is ready. These are going to go into my KKK planner and will be with me all through this year. So if you do like this video, please click like below and subscribe to this channel. I would be sharing a lot of resources for readers and writers.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, please click like below, subscribe to this channel, and stay tuned for more updates. Thank you. Happy writing. Bye.